Today we're going to talk about unloading materials. Loading and unloading materials can be very hazardous without safe work practices and attentive behavior. The most common hazards associated with loading and unloading materials are falling or jumping from the truck bed or trailer, being struck by the load, being crushed by the load, and the improper manual handling of the materials. The following safe work practices will help you protect yourself from these hazards when unloading materials. Once the truck arrives at the previously designated material unloading zone, which should always be on firm, level ground, check to ensure that the truck's engine has been turned off, that it's in gear, and the parking brake is engaged. You may go so far as to set up a controlled access zone or barricade using high visibility traffic cones and caution tape to keep people out of the unloading zone. Make sure to wear the appropriate PPE. That may include a hard hat, safety glasses, gloves that provide reasonably good dexterity, and solid boots. Carefully inspect the load to ensure that it has not become unstable during transportation. If the load has shifted enough to cause problems with any part of the unloading sequence, stabilize the load before proceeding with the sequence. Determine the weight of the load and compare it to the rated load capacity of the forklift or crane that you will use to move the load. Avoid getting up on the truck bed or trailer whenever possible. When you have to climb up to rig or otherwise prepare the load for removal, use the vehicle's built-in steps if those are available, a suitable ladder, or some other safe means to get up and back down safely. Remove the primary load restraints, that is, the straps or chains, but keep the secondary load restraints, such as banding, in place during the unloading process. Make sure everyone is off the bed or trailer and outside of the demarcated unloading zone before the materials are moved. When a forklift is being used to unload the material, follow all appropriate safe work practices that apply to forklifts, including, but not limited to, inspecting the lift before it's used that day, never exceeding the rated load capacity, and ensuring the size and spread of the forks are adequate for the load. When a crane is involved and you're using it to unload the material, follow all the appropriate safe work practices that apply to cranes and rigging, including but not limited to inspecting the crane and the rigging before you use it that day, never exceeding the rated load capacity, and using proper rigging techniques. These are not all the things that we could say about unloading materials, but they will help point you in the right direction so that you can begin and continue to unload loads safely.